Turning now to a follow-up on our I-Team investigation from last night. Problems most people don't have to think about are ruining the lives of the families you're about to meet. Last night, we introduced you to a couple of families living a nightmare.
That's to say the least. The water that flows from their taps has sodium and chloride levels that are just off the charts, essentially making it toxic. And last night, the I-Team got the state to admit the problem was theirs. And tonight, investigative reporter Matthew Campbell is holding them accountable. And Matthew, what's the solution here?
Well, Mark and Aaron, that is the question everyone has, including the state, unfortunately. Yes, they say the salt coming from their storage shed is the source of the problem, but they don't know how it's happening, and that's preventing them from implementing a permanent solution. The Maldonado family in Woodstock replaced their pipes just last year, and they're already looking like this.
We've spent north of $10,000 in repairs and replacements just in the past 10 years, just from corrosion issues.
Eyewitness News tested their water and the water of the neighboring Regis family. Both came back with dangerous sodium and chloride levels. The state-approved limit for chloride is 250 milligrams per liter. The Maldonados check in at 1,300. The Regis report shows 450. For sodium, the state limit is 100 milligrams per liter. The sodium in the Maldonados water is 390. The Regis family, 120.
We've been pleading with the Department of Transportation for a year now. They've been silent.
The I-Team got them talking.
The salt in those homeowners' wells is coming from the DOT's salt facility. Exactly where and how is what we're trying to determine.
This is the salt shed on Route 198. The state says it's one of the newer ones, specifically designed to not have chemicals permeate the groundwater. So what could have happened? State investigators are still trying to pinpoint the true cause, but in the meantime, they're looking at where plowed snow was dumped in years past.
Don't put it on the grass where it can leach into the groundwater, but to keep it on the pavement where it will go into the catch basins and be carried out through the stormwater system, which will take it far away from these homeowners' properties.
They also installed curbs over the summer in an attempt to direct the runoff water away from homes and toward catch basins. But the permanent solution just isn't there yet and won't be until the state figures out why this is happening.
The permanent solution will be dictated by the cause.
The state says what the Maldonados and Regises are going through happened about a dozen times before, all throughout the state. But this case is especially frustrating because the typical solution just isn't an option in Woodstock.
If they had the ability, connect them to city water. They don't have city water out there. So would a deeper well solve the problem? Would a water treatment system solve the problem? These are questions that need to be answered.
And these families have been waiting for more than a year for them to be answered, all while watching helplessly as their pipes rot away. The families say the fact that the state is admitting to the problem but providing no tangible solution makes it more frustrating.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel, which is what's frustrating to us and our neighbors.
And in the meantime, this problem hasn't just been a money trap. We asked medical experts about what could happen physically to people forced to bathe in water with extreme amounts of chloride and sodium, and we got responses that range from extreme skin dryness to eczema and brittle hair, all things that families say they have been experiencing. Now, the state has recently updated us about a solution and a timeline. They say they're going to be putting in a device that will isolate the well from the upper aquifer system. Now, if this prevents the salt from coming in, that will be the solution. If not, a treatment system will be installed. For the I-Team, Matthew Campbell, Channel 10 News.